Mr. Speaker, I'm from Edo State, the heartbeat of the nation. Mr. Speaker, I rise here in collaboration with my leader, the leader of the House, Right Honorable Julius Ihorire, DSSROS, to move a motion on the need to investigate the non-implementation of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund was established.
Before you do that, it has to be seconded.
Was established in the National Health Act to extend primary health care.
Let us second you.
Mr. Speaker, the House notes that the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund was established in the National Health Act to extend primary health care to all Nigerians by substantially increasing the level of financial resources to PHC. Mr. Speaker, the need to investigate the non-implementation of Basic Health Provision Fund. The House notes that the Basic Health Care Provision Fund was established in the National Health Act to extend primary health care to all Nigerians by substantially increasing the level of financial resources to PHC services. The House also notes that the Basic Health Care Provision Fund is funded from the Federal Government Consolidated Revenue Fund and supplemented by grants from local and international donors, partners, the private sector, philanthropic organizations, and funds generated from innovative sources such as taxes on cigarettes and alcohol. The House further notes that the Act provided that the half of the fund will be used to provide a basic package of services in PHC facilities through the National Healthcare Insurance Scheme, while 45% will be disbursed by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency for essential drugs, maintaining PHC facilities, equipment and transportation, and strengthening human resources capacity. And the final 5% will be used by the Federal Ministry of Health to respond to health emergencies and epidemics. The House is also aware that since the establishment of the National Health Act in 2014, only about 128 billion has been released from the Federation account. The House is concerned that the disbursement of the fund to state was withheld because most of them failed to contribute the 25% counterpart funding towards primary health care project, which is the criteria that makes them eligible for fund donations. Neither did they give a proper account of the funds realized from them. The House is also concerned that the disbursement of the fund to the three tiers of government has been fraught with irregularities, including delayed transfer of funds, poor data management, corruption, and lack of preparedness of local health authorities to manage the fund. Cognizant of the fact that the fund is structured in such a way that, if properly implemented, it will take a lot of stress out of the healthcare endeavors in the country. The House is also cognizant of the need to commence full implementation of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund and devise strategies to ensure accountability between
summarize.
Between stakeholders at different levels of government. The House resolve: 1. Urge the Federal Ministry of Health to commence full implementation of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund and ensure that all stakeholders play their respective roles to ensure a successful disbursement and utilization of the fund. 2. Mandate the House Committee on Health Services to investigate the hindrances to full implementation of the fund since inception to ensure that all bottlenecks to its successful implementation are effectively tackled and report back to the House in 6 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, I so move.
Thank you very much.